I have a ton of knowledge in my head as an entrepreneur, but I don't know where to start with the content. Like, pretend you just hired, like I just hired you, and you're going to help me walk through that.
Yeah, so the first thing that we're going to do is you're going to fill out our onboarding form, and our onboarding form asks you a lot of different questions that myself, as kind of like our chief creative officer, and I do a lot of our strategy, and our other team members can then review. So simple questions like, who do you look up to in your industry? You know, like I want to see the people who you want your content to sound like or to look like. So tag those people. We'll go check them out, see if we can find some patterns. What rare pieces of advice do you have that you're willing to share with people? That gives me a little prompt so that I have a little bit of data that I know about you. What are things that you want to talk about? What are things that people in your industry aren't talking about? We ask questions like this just to get some prompts and an understanding of where they want to go. And then we immediately kick off on a 45 to 60-minute call with myself and our team where we ask them a bunch of questions. We come prepared with 7 to 10 pillars of content, which are themes of which that we could always pull ideas from. And within that hour, we are going to come up with a bare minimum of 30 ideas that we can immediately execute on, and they can start shooting right away.
That's awesome. And so, and that removes a lot of the pressure from me, because then you're going to figure out which avenue we should be going down, what avenues are actually going to work and drive back results that I want. What if someone, how do you walk through like the result? Like some people want to be like, just get more attention, right? Understandably so, because they need it to leverage something else. But some people want leads and things like that. How do you like work through that portion with people?
Yeah, so the easiest way to classify that is if you want to grow leads, then you have to niche down further. But if you want to grow brand awareness and attention, then you expand it open. So you expand the total addressable market of who you're trying to talk to. So, for example, like with your business, Gary, you're a dental marketing agency. That's
Yeah.
hyper specific. So you have a very specific targeted group of clients. If you were to start putting out content that was dental marketing advice, you would obviously get dental marketers or dental companies coming to you
Yeah.
all the time, even if you had 100 followers, because it's so specific that you compete against nobody. And so you create yourself as the obvious choice of authority within that space. If your goal is brand awareness and attention, then instead of getting you to talk about like dental marketing, I'm not even going to have you talk about marketing. I'm going to have you talk about just maybe your thoughts on business as a whole.
Yeah.
You know, why being an entrepreneur is so important. That is going to get you a bit more attention from the masses than this dental marketing hack is something that you've never heard of before.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so
That's really good
that
advice,
that's my
because
advice.
lead gen is very specific, right? If you're going to produce a lead, you need to be hyper focused and provide a need to that whatever group. That was a great illustration. And branding is more broad and more wide. And so, do you sometimes, do people struggle with that sometimes? Because in my experience in marketing, I have people who come to me who want branding. So they're like, build me this most amazing website. And then I'm like, okay, cool. That's probably not going to produce the best results for you for lead gen. But if you just want branding and want people to feel that way, let's do it. And then they're like, oh, no. I actually want the lead gen. Like, do you have people that kind of teeter on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's
This
definitely
is
one of the things that I think we try to focus on.
Sorry, I don't
Go
know
ahead,
if there
Deep.
was a delay there. Yeah, no, this is something that we have experienced in the agency. I wouldn't say a lot, but from time to time, we've signed a client in the past who comes in. All they claim that they want is just to build the biggest brand and whatnot. And then we go and we deliver. We do exactly just that. We get them thousands and thousands of followers and a super big brand. And then they turn around at the 3 month mark or whatever, and they're like, yeah, but like, how does this grow my business? It's like, well, but that was not your goal, right? Like your goal was to grow your brand at this time. And if you wanted to grow your business, well, one big pill that Jamey and I have had to swallow and realize is that like we actually now only work with people who have a proven offer and an actual business, right? At the beginning, as you know, because you've dealt with so many
Yeah.
agencies, you take anybody and everyone who's willing to strike a check, right? And so
Yeah.
that was a mistake that we made early on, is not really clearly defining the type of person that we want to work with. And you know, we can still deliver, and we still do deliver everything that we promise, but at the end of the day, if someone doesn't have a business and we get them 50,000 followers, they're like, well, how do these followers translate into sales or leads or what have you? It's like, well, you don't have a business. We're not building your business. We're building your brand. And that's, yeah, it's one of those lessons that I think a lot of agency owners learn the hard way.
Yeah, go ahead, Jamie. I know you have some thoughts on this.
Yeah, I was gonna completely agree. I mean, we had that experience very recently, and it's one of those things because I believe on a long enough time horizon, building your brand is the best lead gen thing that there is.